What's up, guys? It's Dwayne from mountainbuck.com, where we go from backyard to backwoods. And guys, today we're checking out the Keen Ranger PT from Reolink. This is an innovative trail camera because, like regular cellular trail cameras, you'll get an alert on your phone that there's motion or an animal detected, and you could jump right into the live view and get a full 360-degree view of the action in your hunting area. You can pan, tilt, or zoom. It's all powered with this solar panel and battery inside here. So guys, I'm super interested in checking this out, so hook me up and hit subscribe, and let's see what it's all about. So here's our cellular antenna that we're going to screw in here. It comes with a nice packet with a quick start guide and instruction manual. Here is the mounting plate. So you're going to mount the camera right up on here like this, and you could wrap it around a tree. You have a strap in here. You could wrap this thing around a tree like a traditional trail camera. You could screw it in with these holes right here. If you want to hang it underneath a limb or something like that, you could pop this out right here. Push this down. Hit that open close. Pull this out. And then you have these screw holes in here that you could just mount to the bottom of a tree branch or underneath your garage or whatever you want to do under the roof there, whatever. So if you want to do that directly underneath so you can get that full 360-degree rotation around, you could certainly do that with this. We have a power switch right here, charging port, spot for our antenna, our QR code to link it up with our app. So there it is, guys, and that's a really nice camo on there. I mean, that's going to blend into your environment if you're out in the woods there and be concealed really well. And this is a nicely weighted, solid camera here. You can tell it's got some weight to it, and it's pretty solid. You're going to mount this thing upside down just like this. Of course, it's waterproof and weather resistant. It's going to shoot 2K crystal clear videos, much better than 1080p, and it has that nighttime no-glow IR, so you're not going to spook any animals with any crazy lights. And here is our solar panel, and this is a nice size. It's a nice flat panel. You're gonna mount this to the tree. They give you a mount here. Screw that into the tree, mount this guy on here, and then connect it up. You have a generous amount of cable on the back here, connect it up to your Keen Ranger PT camera. There is a battery inside the Keen Ranger, which you should charge up for the first time before you use it. But this solar panel is a nice size here, and that's gonna keep you powered up really nicely. Now, to access the SIM card and the SD card, you're going to rotate the camera up like this, and then you can see it right in there. You have your space here for your SIM card and your micro SD card. It does come with a 32 gigabyte micro SD card, which is really nice. You can bump that up if you want to get 128 gigs and install it. You could certainly do that. So you do have to provide your own SIM card with this system, and if you're in the US, T-Mobile is the preferred SIM card for this camera. I went ahead and got a T-Mobile prepaid SIM card for 1 month. It cost like $12. I got it from this EIOT club. I'll put the website right there. You can also get a year subscription. I think it's like $120 for the year. And this is going to give me 2 gigs of data for the month. So I'd like to see how that plays out. If you're in another country, check the Reolink website for the recommended SIM card in your area. All right, so we're all connected up with the app. The SIM card's in, ready to go. I'm gonna get this fully charged, and then we're gonna get it mounted on the tree and test it out. So we are fully charged and ready to go. The Keen Ranger PT is set up on the tree with that solar panel just a few feet above. They do recommend setting it up about 7 to 10 feet in the air for optimal results. I had a few questions. I want to test this thing out. My first one being, if you're watching the animals and you are using that 360-degree rotation and that zoom, that pan and that tilt, does that make any noise? I'm really curious to see if the animals are going to hear it, if it's going to spook them. So the first test I'm going to do here is an audio test to see if I can hear it from where I'm standing. And I have a GoPro set up right on that ladder up there, right up in the face. So I'm going to do a little rotation with the camera here on my smartphone and see if we get any sound from this thing. All right, cool. So I didn't hear a sound from down here, and I'm a few feet away. It's super close. I can see it right there. I didn't hear a sound. Let's see if that GoPro picked up any noise being that close. All right, so the next thing I want to check is that camera's two-way audio. You could talk through the camera if you have a hunting buddy, you want to direct them where to go, or if there's an intruder on your property, you can let them know you got to get out of there, whatever you want to do. You just hit that talk button on the app and you can talk through it. So we're probably going to get some echo coming from my phone through the camera, but let's check it out. What's up, guys? It's Dwayne from mountainbuck.com. All right, so the next thing I want to check is this camera's trigger speed. Now, this does have a 0.5 second trigger speed, but it might play out a little bit differently because of the range of motion and a lot of factors going in here. I have it aimed up as good as I can, right where I think it should be, right in the middle of that mini food plot back there. So I'm going to run right by and see how long it takes the Keen Ranger PT to pick me up. All right, so it's kind of cool getting instant access to the video of my little trigger speed analysis test. I got the instant video right here. Check this out. So that caught me running by just after mid-frame there as I was slowing down a bit at the end of my run. And that's pretty cool. It's a legit just about 0.5 second trigger speed on there. So I'm gonna set this up, leave it up here for a bit, get some footage. I'll probably move it around to another location so I could see that 360 degrees in action. So I'm gonna check back when we get some more footage. So here's where I really got to check this thing out. So I got an alert Sunday morning. I was hanging out drinking my coffee and that there was activity up there. So I jumped in, I played around with the controls. I was getting used to it a little bit, so I'm a little bit off here. But I was able to jump in live and then control the camera and just pan around and see what these does were doing in my food plot here. It's pretty cool to be able to jump in and see exactly what's going on. Here we have a random cat up in my food plot. I did not jump in and control this one as it was super early in the morning. Here's a shot at dusk of me walking down from one of my hunting spots, and it's kind of cool to check out the cameras at dusk or dawn just because it's a different kind of look than you're used to in the nighttime or the daytime shots. But this thing, you could see me walk all the way down to the exit of the frame there. Here's another shot where I was able to jump in live. I got the alert and I saw this doe. I jumped in live and I started following her a little bit. So she's ready to head down the hill there. I'm following her a little bit. And I was able to see this other doe here. Check this out. I pan over, I see this other doe, and I never would have seen her if I didn't pan and have control of this camera in the way I did. Here is a nighttime shot. So this is super early in the morning. I'm heading out to hunt, and this is pitch black out. So that's pretty good nighttime view there. And you can see me walking out through the back. This is also going to be good for keeping an eye on your property. Obviously, you can see vehicles and things like that. If you have a farm or a hunting property you don't get out to very often, you could definitely see the vehicles come in and keep tabs on them that way. They'll record right to the app, and it does a pretty good job there. It's pretty good clarity. You can see exactly who it is and what's going on. So I've checked this camera out for about 10 days now, and I've learned a lot over that period. The first thing is that the app is really easy to use. There's not a ton of options on there. It's not like super complicated or anything. You can just scroll to the day that you want to check out, hit the day, hit the clip, and then review the video. Of course, you could jump in live and control the camera and change some settings up, things like that. But the app's easy to use. The one question I did have about using the camera and the amount of data you have is I have that 2 GB limit for my prepaid monthly SIM card. So I was curious to see how that would play out here. So in my 10-day test, I took 71 videos with this thing, and those videos were varying lengths. You know, some were just 8-second real quick clips. Some were a minute or two that I jumped in and played around with it live and recorded stuff. But 70 videos, and I didn't even use a tenth of my allotted data here for the month. So I still have 20 days to go in this plan. I got a lot more data to use, so I think I'm going to be okay with that here. So, and what's pretty cool about that website where I bought the SIM card is you could log in with your SIM card there and just see how much data you've used. So you see that right away, and it's kind of a cool feature from that company as well. The two things I really like about the Keen Ranger PT are the two things that make this super unique as far as trail cameras go. The first one being that live streaming view. So if you're at work or if you're at the dentist office or whatever, and you just want to check in on your favorite hunting spot, your little food plot, your honey hole, whatever you got there, you could jump in and see what's going on in a live view of your area, and that's pretty cool. I really like that feature. That's really neat. The other feature is to get that full 360-degree pan, tilt, zoom view of whatever area you have this in. Super interesting feature. I like the live view. I like the 360-degree pan, tilt, and zoom features on here. Super unique to this camera, the Keen Ranger PT. As always, guys, the links to that, as we talked about, are in the description below. Hook me up and hit subscribe. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, and we'll see you on the next one.